Yo, what's going on, Blair the Car Guys here with Noah Greene. What's going on?
What's up?
Hey, what you end up doing today?
I won ARG Richmond.
Sweet. Two-ring first place, right?
Yep.
All right, so what you end up playing and why?
I played Pure Zoo. I played a lot of hand traps and a lot of cards to go second with. A lot of people have been playing the Draco Zoo deck lately, and it's definitely more powerful than the Pure Zoo deck, and it's arguably even more consistent. But the things that every deck does going first right now are so good that that consistent engine isn't powerful enough to win going second. So I think the only way to supplement that is to play as many cards to help you go second as you possibly can. And a lot of the cards to help you go second in this format are also just good going first, so it works out. And Pure Zoo is definitely the deck that best allows you to do that.
All right, so let's get right into it. See what you played.
2 rats, 3 with tails, 1 Thoroughblade, and 1 Ram. Sometimes I wish I had another Zoodiac monster, and if I did, I would play a second Ram. But yeah, but this ratio was fine. 3 tops, intact Tahan board, very loyal. Hand traps, I played 3 Ash, 3 Ogre, 3 Retaliating, 2 Flying Sea, and 1 Mag Sea. So I guess I should talk about these. So individually, a lot of the hand traps aren't good by themselves. Ash by itself doesn't really do much. Ogre by itself doesn't do much unless the only card they have to summon a zoo monster is Barrage. So the way to make them better, I guess, is to play as many as you can, because any combination of 2 different hand traps will normally end their turn. So Ash and Ogre together will end a turn, whereas separately they don't do that much. So it's why I played so many hand traps. Retaliating Sea is the exception to that, though. Retaliating Sea is the only hand trap, I think, in this format that by itself will just end their turn, and sometimes it will just win you the game, depending on what the rest of your hand is. I played around this card pretty much all tournament, especially in Top Cut, because I got to see all my opponents were playing it. So when I get to my side deck, I can talk more about that. But yeah, Retaliating Sea was just crazy for this tournament. And then this was a mistake. I definitely should have played 3 Flying Seas. Flying Sea was probably the best hand trap in my deck all weekend. So the thing about the hand traps is, like I said, when you draw any combination of 2 hand traps, it'll end their turn. But if you draw a Flying Sea plus Ghost Ogre or Ash, then you almost always win the game. It's like getting to barrier them on their first turn of the game, which is insane. And main decking Flying Sea also lets you search it off of Retaliating, which is another reason why I say Retaliating by itself is an auto win a lot of the times, because you just attack the Dryden, they pop it, you get Flying Sea, then you summon your guy, break their board, and now you have a Flying Sea to back it up when they try to come back into yours. And that's how a lot of my games went whenever I use Retaliating. And then Max Sea, obviously. That's 12 hand traps, it should have been 13. And I guess while I'm talking about these hand traps, I didn't like Droll very much. I think Droll isn't very good past the first turn of the game. And neither is Retaliating Sea. But like I said, Retaliating Sea by itself will win you the game when you resolve it. So I think it's worth playing as many copies as you can. But the impact that Droll has doesn't make up for how lackluster it is past the first turn of the game. And then I played Black Sheep. I didn't play many game 2s and 3s going first with sub in my deck because of Retaliating Sea. Spells, I played 3 Tenkies and 3 Barrages. I played 2 My Body as a Shields and 2 Cosmic Cyclones. Cosmic Cyclone was really good post board always, but in game 1 it was kind of mediocre. It always did what it was supposed to, but I felt like that was a role that didn't need to be filled. So I think this format's pretty much over, so this isn't super relevant. But if you're going to a regional, I would play 3 My Bodies and a Book of Moon in my main deck, and I would just sideboard the Cosmic Cyclones next time. Regeki and Darkpool. Not a lot of people are playing traps in this format, and if they are, it's just barrier. So if you can hand trap them and then board wipe them, it's like starting the game over, which is what you need to do when every deck gets so much advantage off of 1 or 2 cards. And then I played 1 Instant Fusion. I didn't really like this card very much. I just kind of played it arbitrarily. And I used to like it more before, but in this deck I only played 1 Fusion Substitute. So this card was only really good for me going second in certain scenarios. I ended up deciding it out a lot, especially when I went first. I don't think I played any game once with my deck. Because when you draw it going first, what it used to normally let you do is resolve as many fusion subs as you can, but since I only played 1, it didn't do that, so it was just kind of like a blank. It would summon Tornado Dragon, which was really good if you had Flying Sea, but other than that, Instant Fusion didn't really have many practical purposes going first. And then 1 sub. And then I played Zoodiac combo. I know a lot of people aren't playing this card, but when the mirrors grind on for a long time, most of the time if you resolve this card, you just win because you don't have to resolve another emerald to have the same resources in your extra deck, and you just get to draw a card, which is sick. And I played 40 because you want to draw as many hand traps as possible. Extra deck. I played 3 Tridents. This is something that Max got me on. So when I was playing 2, I never really considered having the 3rd. All the games where I run on the Tridents, I just always keep going about it, like an Emerald one back, and I never considered the 3rd Trident being in my extra deck. But once I played 3 this weekend, once Max got me to test 3, I realized 3 Trident is just crazy. I didn't realize how impactful having the freedom from your Emerald can be in the game, because Tigers are one of, Hammer Kongs are one of, and sometimes you wouldn't be able to put those cards back into your deck because you have to shuffle back a Trident. And so having 3 Tridents, this basically gives you freedom with your Emerald, and it just makes the grind games a lot easier if your opponent doesn't have 3 and you do. I played 2 bulls, 2 canines. I guess something else I want to say is I know some people have been playing 3 bulls, but I think if anything, I would play 3 canines before I play 2 bulls. Raw Bull's effect, once you get to the point in the game where you can summon a 3rd one, there's normally not much that you can search left in your deck. So I think the people playing 3 Rod Bulls are kind of just overestimating how important it is. And yeah, K9 is super good. This is my favorite card in the extra deck all weekend. The things you can do with Ram are just ridiculous. I'm sure if you watched any of my features. Then I played one of the others. This card's effect I think is more relevant now than it was at previous tournaments, because a lot of people are playing Forbidden Chalice because so many people are playing Flying Sea. So you can use this to protect your Trident when they have Chalice. And then Nightmare Shark. And then I played 2 Daigusto Emeralds. And then I played, this weekend I played Tornado Dragon. Because I main Flying Sea, whenever you Flying Sea the Zoo Draco deck, the 2 ways that they can get rid of it are to use Diagram and to use Barrage. So if you have Flying Sea in the opening hand going first, you can summon Trident and Tornado Dragon, and then it's almost guaranteed, it's very minuscule probability that they'll be able to out a Flying Sea and exceed summon for that turn. So that's when I summon it the most, was whenever I Flying Sea my opponent and then just destroy whatever they would use to beat Flying Sea. Then I played Invoker. I didn't play Totem Bird, and I kind of missed it because I only played 1 sub, so when I was drawing Rat Terror Top, I felt like I wasn't getting as much value as I should. But maybe that was just me being greedy. It never really mattered. Whenever I drew those hands, I would just make Hammer Kong, Ram, Trident, Emerald, which was fine because that protects you from board wipes too. Totem Bird was weird. And then Northern. See you, buddy. Side deck, I played 3 Kaijus. This should probably be a 3rd Gamma Seal, I couldn't find one. This was just for Masterpiece decks. You just have to have an easy out. The 3rd Flying Sea, this should have been my main deck. This card negates Flying Sea and sometimes other things. And then I didn't main any traps, and like I said, almost everyone in the tournament was maining or siding 3 copies of Retaliating Sea. So I really didn't like having to play Fusion Sub in my deck going first. So to counteract that, because I never really wanted the sub when I was going first in sided games, especially in Top Cut when I know that they have it in their deck and they're putting it in, I sided as many traps as I could. So you just try to open as many as you can because you're not digging super deep, because I'm only playing 1 sub. And then, like I said, sometimes when I went first, I just didn't have it in my deck at all. And doing this also pretty much ensures that if you win a game in the match, if you win game 1, then you'll almost guaranteed to win the match, because when you go first game 3, it's just not fair. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous.
All right, any shoutouts?
Max helped me a lot. We played close to the same deck. 4 let me use cards. A lot of people let me use cards. Shout out to the media team. Shout out to Jesse for putting his money on me. Shout out to Tyree for being my babysitter. Shout out to Gabe for making me attack Ghost Ogre. Shout out to Bowden for being fat. Shout out to Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles. Use code TCGs5. Get 5% off. Please feed my kids.
What, you doing a deck profile?
Shout out to Jade for driving me up here.
No, it's not. I don't see anyone.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Players who are standing.
Yeah, and I think that's about it.
No Greene's deck.
All right. Well, Noah, congratulations. One place 2 times. Proud of you. Let's keep it going.
Noah, look at my second place. Shout out to Chris.
All right, and we're out.